We are so sorry for being late. 7 minutes late. it's a it's a magical number though, just like our trilogy, just like the three number in our trilogy. As you know, Duru and I are working on a trilogy, which with Be My Cat we put the word to sleep and pure. Some of you may already know that we have this very this very tree-like and trilogy-like concept for the trilogy, because everything revolves around number three. So we have also three symmetries for our trilogy. Um, and the first one being that Be My Cat is about the lower self. We put the word to sleep is about the middle self, and pure is about the higher self. Um, the second symmetry is the fact that Be My Cat was like half improvised, half written. We put the word to
Mhm.
sleep is much more improvised and very little written. And with pure, we are going to go exactly the opposite way: very little improvised and much more written. So, and Duru, you can talk about the third symmetry of the trilogy, because this is more connected to you.
Yes. So the third one, first of all, I saw all the comments in the chat now, and I'm saying hi to all who wrote as well. Yeah, the third one, which is named Pure, is after my own name actually, because Duru means pure in Turkish. Actually, if you look at the dictionary, it gives limpid, but the actual equivalent in terms of the real meaning it contains, it's pure. So the symmetrical thing with the number three there in the third movie is this thing like Be My Cat, a film for N, was both directed and he was also the lead in it. Adrian was doing both the directing and being the lead star of the movie. And it's not a one man show yet, although there are other very talented actresses with great performances. Still, that's centered around Adrian's work and Adrian's character study, kind of. It's a character study, kind of something like that. And the second movie, we put the word to sleep, which is in post production at the moment, and we are hoping to, as soon as possible, give it out. I mean, put it out there, and finally also to be able to share with you after the festival run. And that one has two leads, two main central characters, and played by me and Adrian. And the third one is, again, just like the first one, Be My Cat FM4N. Third one will be centered around my character, the character that is going to be played by me. And in pure.
And
so that's the thing about the symmetrical part of it.
yeah, and actually there is also, so we even went that far to even change our Patreon page to reflect the trilogy as well. That's why we did a total reshuffle of the contributing tires, and we made only three of them, and with $3, $33, and $333. So even there, it works that way. And by the way, immediately after this, because this Q&A should last like 40 minutes, something like that at most. And then kind of a 20 minutes break, or 15 or whatnot, and then immediately afterwards we go to the private one on Patreon. So and there we will be able to reveal a little bit more stuff, but again, without spoiling anything. just a bit more stuff from the process of working on things, and maybe I don't know, maybe giving
No.
some opinions about some movies that may be controversial or something like that, or who knows? Because
Yeah.
Duru, like I have a history of reviewing some movies on my social media, and people getting really offended that I did not like their loved movies. So I'm reluctant of doing that publicly anymore.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, sometimes, and it's a human thing, I realized some of my close friends as well, it's just like instinctively, as if like really like a reflex in the moment. They kind of, in a way, get annoyed or frustrated or even feel a little bit attacked personally when I oppose to something that they really like. It's I think a common
Yeah,
human nature thing. One of
exactly.
the
They associate
mm,
so much with what they love, and they feel personally attacked, as if you attack them
yeah,
personally, although it's not that at all.
yeah.
Okay,
Maybe it's a natural thing of being a human being.
I think we have a first question here.
Yes, yes,
Duro,
yes.
you
From
look like Medusa.
yes, I know. Adrian said like, "Oh my God, are you going to wear this? It looks creepy." Uh, and, actually, this is a necklace. But again, improv, right? I'm going improv with this in the last moment. I felt like I saw it. I was going to put something else actually on my head, which was made for the head. But then I just saw it and I felt like, why not? And I felt like using this as an interesting headpiece. So you can tell me what you think. I like Medusa though. I know there is this dark connotation, but nobody can
Yeah,
say that
it's
um,
demonic.
the what what the word
but our
that is
movies,
about to be put out there is very light in nature as well. So
and
nobody can
and
say
and
that as
and,
well.
and you are not yet working on pure. We are still working on we put the word to sleep, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
not pure
And
yet. You are still ending the world.
yeah, yeah, I can afford that till I start
Yeah,
shooting pure. And
let's
Yücel, thank you for finding it beautiful. Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the questions. Fulvio is asking like if the characters are going to be the same in all the trilogy, like the Adrian and
Yes.
Be My Cat being the same with Adrian in
Mm,
We Put to Work, Sleep, and
I
Pure. Right?
saw. I saw.
There won't be, most probably there won't be an Adrian in Pure. I plan only to direct, but I might
Mhm.
I might cast myself in a supporting role though. But I really want it to be like
No.
supporting, like be focusing on directing there. But yeah, about this. Okay, so it's hard to talk
Mhm.
about this without spoiling the trilogy. There is definitely a kind of a shared universe between these, but not in the traditional sense of a shared universe.
Mm,
The trilogy is definitely loosely connected, and it's more of a spiritual, like the connection is more spiritual
mm,
in nature, like there are also some direct connections as well, but I don't want to answer. I'm sorry, I don't want to answer this question, because if I answer it, if I say either yes or no, I'm going to ruin your experience for We Put the Word to Sleep. So it's better if I don't say this, if the characters are connected or not. Yeah. Um, let's go to the next question. Where and when
and
will the new films
uh-huh.
be premiered? Uh, the new films will be we don't know yet. Okay, so we still gotta finish We Put the Work to Sleep, and then we gotta do Pure. So the thing is that with indie filmmaking, you depend a lot on festivals, um, and
Mhm.
then distributors and so on. So it's not like
Yeah.
me and Duru can decide this. There are a number of a number of circumstances and third parties actually that will decide the actual release date. Yeah, so that's all we can say. We might what we might try to do is to do a private screening of We Put the World to Sleep, a test screening actually, only with our cast and crew, and maybe some top Patreon supporters who became executive or associate producers due to their donations. So they might have this opportunity to watch it much earlier and contribute to its final version, even with feedback. And that would be a great opportunity for us as well to really get it right before submitting it to festivals, like get the feedback and really like do it like Hollywood way, like really get like a test, like really like a test screening. Yeah. Okay. Adrian, did Anne Hathaway watch this movie? I actually don't know. There are rumors. Somebody who attended a film festival, I think it was Fright Fest, although Be My Cat did not go to Fright Fest, somebody who attended that festival said that there were some former staff members of Anne Hathaway attending the festival, and this person said that those former staff members said that Anne Hathaway watched the movie and liked it and appreciated it. But it's just it's impossible for me to confirm this rumor. Okay, I don't know personally. Yeah, exactly. I don't know personally this person, so it's somebody said that somebody said. So that's all we have. What do you think, Duru? Actually, I actually never asked you. What do you think? Do you think she watched it or not, or do you think she? What your intuition?
I think she's a very chameleon-like actress, and generally artists, especially who chose to be actors with this specific quality, tend to be quite curious. And I see that in Anne Hathaway for sure. And it's a wonderful quality, I think, and very much needed. And so, thinking about it, she, because of that, that insatiable curiosity, and because probably there is no other movie out there mentioning her name in the title and mentioning her and putting her presence very much as an incentive for the character. There is nothing like that. So I guess she might have taken the time to actually just to see it.
My feeling is I don't know, my feeling is that she hasn't seen it. I don't know why. I find it very hard to imagine Anne Hathaway watching a disturbing found footage film. Like, I'm not even sure.
I think actors watch everything.
Do you think
unless
so?
they have to,
I don't know.
I think
they watch?
like,
Do you think top Hollywood celebrities?
Lots of things. I think lots of things. They watch lots of stuff from many of the genres, I believe. Of course, they are selective to when it comes to it, and I'm sure, like, of course, you're right. Like,
but do you think? Do you think that top
just
Hollywood,
like everyone, they can be avoiding certain genres? And
but do you think? Do you think like top Hollywood celebrities watch found footage films? Not necessarily Be My Cat, but I don't know. Somehow I find it hard. I find it hard to imagine them even watching, I don't know, Paranormal Activity or the Blair Witch Project. I don't know why. I just feel like they wouldn't be into.
I don't feel like most of them must have seen at least Blair Witch. I mean, who hasn't seen it? Like, but as I said, my main reason for thinking that most probably she must have seen it at this point in time, her curiosity.
Let's hope you are right.
And because there's no other thing that is
Well,
mentioning her in the title
yeah.
very
Let's hope you
clearly and
are.
in the movie. So
Let's hope you are
I'm
right
just
with
thinking
this
if,
intuition. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't watch? Like, it's interesting, you know.
Yeah, Duru, I'm
You're
sorry,
in
I'm
the
sorry,
title,
but
you're
there are
in
a
the,
lot of
yeah, we are,
questions that
yeah,
pile up here, and then we
let's
will.
do justice to this live
Exactly,
Q&A. Indeed, indeed.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Duru. Hello, greetings from Mexico. Wow, thanks for joining us.
Kenan, yes,
Yeah.
Kenan is a very lovely friend of mine from interpretation and translation.
Okay.
My college, from my college days,
Mm.
and he's living in Mexico for a while now with his lovely family. And hi, Kenan, thank you for all the support and all the best wishes so far, and very appreciative. And we wish you all the best as well in everything. In general, I just wanted to also say it here. And I don't want to. I saw something here as well.
Tara, so
Um,
Tara is saying like, send me the Patreon info. I'll have to
yes.
subscribe. I think if you go to if you go to a lot of places of me online, even I think I put the Patreon link even in the description of this live video. So if you go to my website, if you go to my social media, like everywhere you will find my Patreon linked. So
Yeah.
it's practically patreon.com/Adrian Duru. It used to be Adrian Țofei, my name, but now it's Adrian Duru because Patreon became. I don't know why Google hasn't indexed it yet. So when you write Adrian Țofei and Patreon on Google, it doesn't come up yet. I think because we changed the link from Adrian Țofei to Adrian Duru. I think that's the problem. That's why it doesn't come up. But yeah, you can find it easily anywhere. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do you plan to making projects besides? How do you plan on making other projects besides found footage? Well, we put the word to sleep. It's not. It's still much connected to found footage, but I would say I would call it probably more of a mockumentary than found footage, and with pure we'll still have somehow of a connection, but I can't say in what way. So it's not going to be. It's I don't want to say what's going to be actually what pure is going to be. Let's just keep the mystery in that area.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool indeed. Really cool rumor. Yeah. How's your mom? She's cute. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. My mom. Yeah, my mom. You will see her. I think. Yeah. Should we say this? No. Let's not give this away yet. No. Let's not give this away. Yes, my mom. My mom, unfortunately, is dealing with some health issues currently, but I'm helping her fight those health issues, and that's why, for example. Normally, me and Duru, we would be doing a Q&A next to each other, but I had to come here to Romania to deal with this, like help my mom with some of her issues, and also Duru in Turkey had some family responsibilities to take care of.
Thankfully, good stuff. I can just add that. No need to worry. For anyone.
How different is the filmmaking from Be My Cat to We Put the Word to Sleep? Will it be much more heavily edited with more complex effects, or will it stay more limited?
You need to reply.
Yeah, so We Put the Word to Sleep. Effects. I'm trying to. I did try to push. I did try to go. I was planning to go to the next level with We Put the Word to Sleep, also technically and stuff like that. And I believe it is technically a step above Be My Cat. And now in editing, we are pushing it even further, to like for the images to be more like crystal clear and stuff like that. We are doing our best, using all kinds of stuff. And in terms of actual effects, I think you mean visual effects. Will it be much more heavily edited with more complex effects, or will it stay more limited? I don't want to give that away. Actually, if I talk about the effects or lack of effects, again, it'll take away from your surprises watching the movie. So it's better if I don't go. It's better if I don't talk much about this. Actually, it's for your sake. It's better, actually, not because I don't want.
There is something we skipped. Sorry for that.
Yeah, tell me.
Would you release your theatrical show Monster even as a Patreon perk? Could be cool. Fulvio is asking.
Fulvio. A good idea. I actually thought of that, but I didn't think anyone would want to see it. Here's the thing with theater. When it's filmed, it's not it's not at all the same as being there. Film theater can never transmit, can never give the feeling that audiences had while watching that theater. It's so distant. It's so bad. It's not. So when you film a theater show, it's exactly it does not become film automatically. Not at all. Okay, yeah. So I can do it if you want, but I don't know. I just for people's curiosity a bit, but I don't think they will be able to grasp on the quality of it, or just I think there will be a cold wall in between them and that thing. And also, unfortunately, I haven't recorded one of my best performances. I recorded a good performance, but not really the top one, the one that people were like literally applauding with tears at the end, the one that really made me think like, oh my God, I can really do great stuff. And that's that gave me courage to do Be My Cat kind of all by myself. Unfortunately, I haven't recorded that performance because it was so much based on improvisation. My performances of the Monster one-man show differed so much from one performance to another. But it's still an okay one, the one that I recorded. Maybe I will put it on Patreon. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
I'm looking at the comments here.
Yes, you can help me.
Making sure we do not.
What's your Anne Hathaway?
Do you plan on making other projects besides found footage? You responded to that one, I think.
I responded.
Right?
Yeah, I said
yeah.
about.
Yeah. I remember. I just wanted to. Yeah. I actually remember, and I listened, but I just wanted to make sure.
What's your Anne Hathaway favorite movie?
Yeah.
You can say Duru this.
First of all, Sandy, thank you. Duru, you are so pretty. You wrote. Thank you. Thank you for seeing it with love eyes. Yeah. So back to the question. Other one.
What's your Anne Hathaway favorite movie?
And yeah.
And I will respond after you.
Yes.
Duru?
No, I think it's directed to you. I thought.
Yeah. Okay. But
I thought. I can also say. But let me.
It doesn't say Adrian, so I was.
Yeah, I automatically just took it like that, but obviously.
But you can tell me because I'm also curious. Actually, yeah. I'm also curious. What is your favorite Anne Hathaway movie?
I think she has great range, and I love how dynamic she is, because I get crazy when I see static performances. I can see the static thing on the inside, I can see it so well. I'm not bragging because I can. It's just so I cannot enjoy it. It's just I can't help it. I can't enjoy, even if the performance is good. It's just when I see something so static, it's throughout the whole movie. and in that sense, I think she's a great actress. Wonderful. And I realized I've seen it, both in Devil Wears Prada and Princess Diaries. It was, I think, even when she was just coming out as an actress in the first place. I think it was Princess Diaries, right?
Yes, I haven't seen that.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I noticed that right away about her, and I love it when I see it. She was that adaptation from the famous novel M. Was it called?
Les Miserables?
No. Before that, was it called M or N? Actually, from the famous novel.
I don't know.
Sorry for it's just a woman's name. Either it was Anne, like her name, or M. I think it was M.
Yes.
I might be confusing it, but there I liked her a lot as well. She can definitely convey emotions, and it gets you. And so
I don't know.
Interstellar, there as well. She was wonderful. Needless to say, she had the Oscar with that one, right?
No, she had the Oscar with Les Miserables, with the musical.
Sorry. Because I was thinking, I think after watching it, she can have an Oscar. She would deserve it, for that one too.
Yeah.
So I think
so
those ones.
If I am to
Generally,
answer,
I love watching her, definitely.
To answer quickly, for me it was obviously Les Miserables. That's what made me choose her as my character's obsession in the movie. Right, when I saw her in that role in Les Miserables, in the music, I was like literally blown away. I think her performance there is one of the top 10 greatest acting performances of all time. So definitely Les Miserables for me. For my character, though, his favorite movie of Anne Hathaway is obvious. So,
yeah. So let's go on.
I think Duru, we need to be. I think we
both
of us
quicker. Okay.
Yeah,
I think I got carried away a little bit with going into
because otherwise we won't have time. Already 30 minutes.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
Already 30 minutes, so we have only 15 minutes left, and a lot of questions here piled up.
Nalut, by the way, Nalut replied, it was for both of us, but I have to say it was a bit more Adrian-oriented question because of the first movie. Yes, thank you, though. You're welcome. So the other one.
I know it was more for me, but I was actually sorry. I also took over the question because I was also curious. What is Duru's favorite?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. So Tara, where did you get your inspiration for We Put the Word to Sleep? Can't wait, by the way.
Okay, and here I will answer because the first inspiration came for We Put the Word to Sleep immediately. There were a series of inspirations. Okay, but now I am going to talk about some of the first ones, some of the initial ones. So after making Be My Cat, my thing, my true passion, like the film that impressed me the most was 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like literally blown me away, brought me to cinema, and I saw it when I was a late teenager, something like that. So my true passion is these metaphysical, bigger than life movies that try to talk about past, present, and future, that try to talk about the meaning of life. Okay, so after Be My Cat, I tried to combine the realism of the found footage with the metaphysics of 2001: The Space Odyssey. So that was one inspiration for We Put the Word to Sleep. Trying to do a film that is still with the rawness of Be My Cat, but at the same time going further in terms of philosophy and metaphysics. Another inspiration for We Put the Word to Sleep was when I've learned about a serial killer, Ukrainian serial killer, Anatoly Onoprienko, who used to kill lots of families. He was considered like the Terminator or something like that was called. So this happened, I think, in the 80s or 90s, something like that. So he used to kill lots of families. So at some point, he killed the parents of a little baby, and then he also killed the little baby at the end. And then the investigators asked him, why did you kill the little baby? The little baby, because it's not like little, very little, like an infant, not being able to talk or to understand anything. Then why did you kill that one? Because he couldn't speak on you or give your say anything about you. And he said, because I grew up in an orphanage, I know how horrible it is, because you can imagine back then in post-Soviet times, I thought the same way the state orphanages in Eastern Europe in post-Soviet times were literally the most horrible places where a child could grow. The abuses you won't even imagine. Okay, so I know that what he's saying, he's not bullshitting. He said because I grew up in an orphanage, I didn't want this child to go through what I went. So this felt such a paradoxical thing, because you have this murderer doing an absolutely horrible thing, but actually his reason for doing that is actually wanting to do a good thing for the child. This paradox. So then this influenced a little bit the philosophy for We Put the World to Sleep. I mean, these people, they want to end the world, but not to create suffering. They want to end the world in order to end suffering. Okay, because if you end people's lives, then there is no more suffering in the world. So
and at the same time, it's incomparable, of course. This because it's not like targeting certain people or a person, and then also killing their child, so that No, We Put the World to Sleep in that sense of the destruction and ending lives. It's a much bigger and much different thing, of course. Just adding that there, and we go on.
Yes, Duru and Adrian, tell us your top 3 movies. Okay, you start.
Okay,
you start, my heart.
I had this wonderful selective course when I was in college from the great Robert J. Cardullo. I mean, if anyone who knows him watches this, or if he will watch this one day, I send all my love to him. And he was a great person, a great teacher. And I enjoyed his lessons a lot. And it was called, that selective course, Cinema Currents, Italian Neorealism. And I loved, we've seen lots of movies there, of course, and I loved, one of it really got me, and it hit home, and it's called Miracle in Milan, and it's black and white. So I really advise everyone to go check that out. It might not be your cup of tea, but that I think it definitely will always be in my top 3 movies. Other than that, I love Dogwood from Lars von Trier, and I love because it's the last third one, it's just hard.
Just pick one, because
I would say okay. I'm gonna say seriously.
Doesn't have to be the perfect answer.
Yeah. I know, but
I will say
might be making
what about I talk about
mine?
And
I think about my third one.
Okay.
Good idea.
So mine are first one is definitely first one is first I want to say something about Duru's choice, because Miracolo a Milano, I think it's in Italian. That's a neo-realist film, right? It's neo-realist, right? So I would say that for any found footage lover, neorealism, Italian neorealism is a must.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know,
those
that's so true.
the
Such a good point.
neorealists, exactly,
Yeah.
neorealists in Italy were the first to
Yeah,
go into
absolutely.
this area, okay, to
Mhm.
go into
Actually,
this rawness,
yeah,
realistic, like working with improvisation, working with
yeah.
people who are like actual, sometimes the actual characters, not even actors, okay,
Mm.
natural settings, no film sets, and all stuff. So you definitely need to check neorealism. Of course, my favorite would be, I think, Bicycle Thieves. That's not. I think it's the best neorealist film. It's so powerful, although it's not so realistic. Okay, it still has music. There are some other films that are even more realistic than that one. And I haven't seen Miracle in Milan, the one Duru talks about. But yeah, my favorite three, definitely 2001: A Space Odyssey, and because, as I said, was so much ahead of its times, and it's so transcendental and metaphysical, like
Mm.
trying in 2 hours of footage, trying to talk about the entire meaning of our entire existence, past, present, and future. My second, I think, would be probably the Tree of Life, because again, for the same reason, it's Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life. Okay, same reason, because it tries to talk about these big questions. Okay, who are we and where are we going to? Okay, and where did we come from? what's with this big thing called existence? Okay, so, and I think my my third favorite film probably would be, it's hard to choose probably between, it's for my third, it's hard to choose between Pan's Labyrinth, for that incredible ending, and also the incredible script, the incredible structure of Pan's Labyrinth is perfection
Mm.
there in terms of script. Between that and 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 Charles Chaplin's The Gold Rush, again a film which is perfection, I think. And again, another Terrence Malick film, A Hidden Life, which is really, really, it's literally like it's literally in a way the life of a saint practically. So
Mm.
there's a lot to talk about that, so we don't have time now.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dudu, tell me your last one.
I would say The Hours. I was in between Godfather. I think it's brilliant, 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 brilliant. But like in terms of like how much it got me, really, by all means, and I've seen it over and over again. Right now, I'm done seeing it over and over, but I mean, for many years, I think I've revisited it. The Hours, yeah, The Hours would be the third.
Okay.
Let's go
Somebody
on. Somebody what?
Somebody said, I think Christopher Nolan definitely saw Be My Cat. He watches
Wow.
everything and loves
Yeah.
horror. Is this a joke, or is this for real that he watches everything and loves horror? Like, it would be
Yeah,
so good if this was for
don't know if it
real.
is.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
We should do
and
a
by
found
the way,
footage.
Chez said she's still an artist. She could have an appreciation.
Yeah.
I think that is for the Anne Hathaway
Yeah, exactly.
discussion, if she has seen it or not. Okay, we should do a found footage called Be My Dog, a film for Adrian and Duru, where we all stalked.
No, don't give ideas. Don't give ideas. You never know. You never know what creeps out there might do something like this.
Yeah, but we still love you, Fulvio.
We still love you, right?
And what made you decide on Anne Hathaway as the actress the main character is obsessed with?
Okay,
In
I'm
Be
gonna.
My Cat, love the film, by
Okay,
the way. Bethany, yeah, you go
Bethany,
on. Reply.
I'm gonna say very quickly, because this is something. Yeah, I said actually everywhere.
Okay, go on.
But no problem. I
Go
mean,
on.
it's okay, because you yeah. So there were a number of reasons. So because Be My Cat was inspired from a one-man show I did before in theater, and there was this guy who was obsessed with an actress and also had some issues with cats. So then I thought, okay, and then also I was using that one man showed the name of a real Romanian actress. So for Be My Cat, for the movie, I thought, okay, I need to use an actress that is internationally known, and also has to do something that has something to do with cats, and also has to be an actress that I personally appreciate, because otherwise it's very hard to build as an actor an obsession from nothing, from scratch. Okay, but when you have someone that you genuinely appreciate, you can put a very ugly, dirty magnifying glass on top of that natural appreciation and transform it into an obsession for your character. So just around the time when I was brainstorming these things, 2 movies came out, Les Miserables and The Dark Knight Rises, both with Anne Hathaway. So I was blown away by her performance in Les Miserables, and then I thought, oh my God, like my character in Be My Cat can be blown away by her performance in The Dark Knight Rises, because it has something to do with cats, her being dressed in that cat. So yeah, that's the quickest, I think, explanation that I ever gave.
Yeah, and it was not about her looks. You can just say it one more time, because everybody believes that you are crazy about how she looks.
Yeah, everybody thinks that it was just a rational choice. Actually, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
It's
so let's go on. I'm sorry.
The film, the film within a film aspect of We Put the World to Sleep reminds me of something out of a Charlie Kaufman film. What screenwriters and directors have influenced you and your work?
To you. Go on.
Yeah, I will respond quickly. The biggest influences, I would say, so as a filmmaker, the filmmaker that brought me to be a filmmaker, that ignited my passion for film, was Stanley Kubrick. But obviously, the type of films I do in terms of style, or at least what I've done so far, Be My Cat, what you've seen so far, it's not at all Stanley Kubrick. But he really influenced me in terms of philosophy, and not philosophy. I mean, the idea, as I said before, of making films that talk about the bigger questions of life. And then I think I was influenced by a documentary filmmaker, by Michael Moore. Actually, it's very interesting to say this, but me talking to the camera in Be My Cat, and very enthusiastic and having some humor, has a little bit to do with Michael Moore's style in his first documentaries, in Roger and Me and stuff like that. So this might be an unexpected answer for you. And of course the found footage filmmakers, but that I can't say that they influenced me with their style. It's just the found footage concept. The found footage concept itself, that was what made sense for me. And but I won't go into that now, because we don't have time. I need to really hurry. Like, oh
yeah,
it's late. Because why I'm hurrying so much? Because in like 10 minutes we gotta move to the private Q&A on Patreon. So by the way, you can join us on Patreon afterwards for a more private discussion, and where we can go a little bit more in depth about lots of stuff.
Nalut asks, Adrian, ever consider a mockumentary horror more involved with supernatural and folklore? Actually, we had something I want to say before you. Actually, Nalut, we had this project with some people, or mainly with someone. Some years ago, it was maybe about to happen. It was called Wonder Tales, and it was exactly about folklore, and it was an exciting project for me, actually. And maybe we can,
the person who initiated
think of doing it one day.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
person who initiated the project. Yeah, but that didn't depend on us, my heart. The person who initiated the
No,
project,
I know. That's why
he
not.
totally
It was
let it
the
go.
fact that it
So
didn't happen
it didn't happen. Yeah,
is not about us. Yeah.
yeah. It was
But
an
do you
anthology.
plan
So
anything like that in the future? Now respond to that quickly, because
yeah.
time is
Everything same
running
documentary.
out.
Okay. Yeah, I heard Christopher Nolan saw Skinamarink. Ah, he saw that. What did you think of that film? I haven't seen Skinamarink, but am I pronouncing it right? I'm not sure. I haven't seen, but
Cinemarink,
I've
probably.
seen
I
the
don't know. Yeah.
trailer. Okay, there are these
Cinemarink. Okay.
disturbing indie experimental films lately. They are called, what is that
Mhm.
subgenre? Anyway, I forgot about it. Something about analog, yeah, analog horror, something like that. Yeah. I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen the other one as well. I forgot the name of it. I saw the trailer of one of them. It's like super, super, super creepy, and it's so creepy, and it feels so
Mhm.
menacing and so demonic. The trailer that says this house, this house, this house. Okay, and just it's one of the most menacing and creepiest trailers. I won't even watch the movie just because of that. You know, I don't want to be disturbed to that level.
Okay, so Serhat says, I have a lot of questions I want to ask, but I don't want to interrupt the broadcast. Are there any movies you can recommend other than the movies you mentioned in the Found Footage Manifesto? Adrian, this is for you. Quickly.
Yeah. Okay. How to say? Okay.
Other than
Okay. Other than so found footage, right? I think Serhat he means, right? He means found footage.
probably that's what he means.
Okay. Okay. So if it's found footage, I definitely recommend Tusia Lyman's MOM Mothers of Monsters. It's a really great found footage film. Other than the one in the documentary. And there are so many, actually. There are so many that are good, but right now, if there is one that I would recommend the most from the newest ones, would be Tusia Lyman's MOM Mothers of Monsters, because it's a found footage it's found footage with a message. It's not purely exploitation. It's not purely horror. It goes deeper into social issues, into issues that are truly important. And it does that in a little bit in a metaphorical, or even a little bit of in a meta way as well. Yeah, that's definitely a recommendation.
And I love that movie as well. And as far as Tusia is kind of our online friend right now, and she's absolutely adorable, I think, so far, as far as
she
I
is.
got to know her. And
yes, she is.
I would love to work with Tusia as well, by the way. I would love if she would cast
Yes,
in
exactly.
one of her projects.
Exactly.
Give a shout out from here.
Exactly.
Although she's not watching it.
Colossal from
Not,
Han. Yes, we've
yeah.
seen Colossal as well.
Yes,
Have you seen it, Duru? We've seen it together, right?
Yes. She's definitely good there as well. Absolutely. Dogwood is fantastic. Oh, so good, because rarely when I mention Dogwood, I get this response, and so good.
I love that the real Adrian and the Adrian from Be My Cat talk the same way. Yeah, I didn't do so much of a composition role. Only our psychologies are extremely different, but our way of speaking, it's not. There are some differences, but not because composition role is actually when you change your voice, or you change your way of walking, or stuff like that, or the way you look and stuff like that. I didn't do too much that, because that was not important for this character, and also for found footage realism. Okay, I didn't want to. I want to keep it as real as possible, because when you do composition role, you risk when you do composition role, you risk of becoming a bit too theatrical. You risk of a little bit acting, and then audiences feel that it's not real enough for a found footage film, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Gray. Welcome.
Yes, hi. I love that reel. Yeah, you said that. I love that too. I would love
What
that.
movie are
Yes,
you
that's
talking
correct.
about? I don't know which one I was talking about when you asked that question. I think we have to respond to this last question, and that's it, because
This
it's
is
too late and we have to move to the other
unfortunately
one.
this is our last question. Maybe
Yes.
in the future,
No,
mm,
you can move. You can move.
some other.
I think some of you are already our patrons, and immediately after this, we move to the other one on Patreon, to the private
Yeah,
Q&A. Okay,
that's
or you
definitely.
can also go to our Patreon. You can become our patrons now, because we are going to take like a 5-minute break between the moment this one ends and we begin that one. We're going to take 5 minutes breaks, so you can join us on Patreon. It has very small tiers. The lowest one is $3 a month, but just tell you a secret, actually you can give even less. So if you really can't afford, you can even give $1 just to have access to the Patreon, to the private Q&A. That's a little bit of a trick people don't know. Okay, and Analog Horror in a Limited Space. What movie are you talking about? Okay, what is like psychologically getting absolutely slugged into the roles and then having to come out of it once it's all done? Okay. Can you start?
Yes, and
I will.
this needs to be our final question, unfortunately,
Yes.
that we can
Okay, I
respond.
will.
Oh,
I will start.
I can go on with it if
Okay,
you're
you
okay
can
with
tell
that.
me.
Okay, so of course, for a very much scripted and controlled movie environment and project, I think the experience will differ. However, so far, compared to what I did before we put the word to sleep, definitely we put the word to sleep is the one project that I've done what you're talking about in the question, and I can say that sometimes the line definitely gets blurred, so it's not so easy. But then there's this other thing, because there is not that much intensity in general in life. I think when it's when it's the break time or when you wrap it up, you absolutely also feel like like there's this relief, and you came a little bit out of a catharsis sometimes as well. And so it's goes both ways, and it hasn't been for me personally about we put the word to sleep. It hasn't been after wrapping up, not during um, the shootings for a long time with certain breaks over some years, but definitely for me, especially when we wrapped it up, it was easy to come out, kind of. And I've learned things about my own creativity and my own processes, and yeah. But I think, as I said, most probably it will be harder when I play a much a much more intense character, and in a much more scripted project, and which is shot also in a defined and limited amount of time. I think it will be harder for me, most probably. Adrian, your
Yeah,
turn.
so for me, we put the word to sleep was really madness, in terms of I pushed the living in character too far, way too far, um, like because I lived partially into this apocalyptic mind frame for literally many years, like 5 years or so, and for Be My Cat, it was yes, I worked on the role for 5 years. I developed it, but it was not like living in character. Living in character was like only in the last year was a partial living in character. But where we put the word to sleep, it was this was like literally more than 5 years of constant partial living in character. So so much to a point that looking forward at the end of shooting the film, looking forward and checking some of my social media posts and stuff like that, I realized, oh my god, it's like the line is blurred. You know, I'm no longer sure how many of my ideas that I held during that period and my social media posts, how many of those ideas were mine or they belong to my character, you know. And this is scary, you know, and something I will never do again. You know, I realized that it's really, as much as living in character is so important for authenticity and realism, it shouldn't be done, I would say, more than like 2-3 months. After that it becomes dangerous because um, it's not like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like you go and you play a murderer, you go and kill people or stuff like that. No, but it's still, it feels like you feel like it dirties a little bit your soul, or your psychology. You know, you feel that something isn't right. You know, and yeah, I got rid of it now, but it took me a while. So I think it also traumatized me to a certain level. Experiencing some of the things in character, because they felt, because of after all this time of living in partially in character, when we shot the movie, I went fully in character. So I really for like 2 months or so, I was like almost day to day in character. So certain experiences, that certain things that I experienced were really creepy and felt too real in character for me, you know. And yeah, something that I will never do again. I'm going to tell you that. And so yeah, make sure you don't miss this movie. If you want to see Adrian, or Adrian, the way my name is in Romanian, if you want to see me really going to extremes with living in character, even beyond what I did in Be My Cat. Which is, by the way, speaking of Be My Cat, I totally forgot to tell you that there are these DVDs, these Blu-rays. That was the Blu-ray. This is the DVD, because I said that I will, whoever orders them during the live stream, I will sign them. But I totally forgot to mention this. I will do it, and now we are going to move to the one on to the live stream on Patreon, to the private one. And on that one, I will be able to do this. I will be able to live sign discs if any order comes during our live stream. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your questions. And we apologize for being so quick with it, and sometimes not really being able to respond to all of your messages. I think some of you said some things in between questions, and normally we would have said like, oh, thank you, or something like that, when just because of lack of time, we chose to look quickly at the question. So we are really sorry for that. Also, we couldn't schedule a longer one because it's late for us. It's like 10 p.m. right now. Now it's 11 p.m. for us here, both Romania and Turkey. I mean, Romania right now, Duru is in Turkey, so we didn't want to get too tired.
11.
Yeah. Oh, it's 5 past. Oh, we need past. Okay, we need to go. We need to go to the Patreon.
Thank you,
thank you
everyone
so much,
who is writing. Thank you as well, and thank you to everyone who isn't writing but here with us, who is still here with us, and or who has been with us, and maybe they left. It's still okay. No offense taken. Anyway, we wish everyone all the best, and hope to see you again.
If the world doesn't end till then.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, how do you end the live?
Yeah, I think you just say leave. You put
okay, I
push
don't have any button.
I think on the screen you just push
the X button.
The X button, yeah.
Okay, then I will just push X then. Okay.